None of the old man's 4 children wanted to come home for the new year, so he suddenly had an idea. He decided to travel to different places to see if his 4 children were living happily. Each time he found one of them, he would ask a simple question about happiness. He asked, "Are you happy?" His daughter said she was very happy. John felt deeply pleased. When he visited his eldest son, he hoped for the same answer. Though the son cheerfully said he was doing well, John still sensed something amiss in his eyes. He realized his children had lied. None of them were truly happy. John couldn't understand why they lied to him. To uncover the truth, John invited all 4 children home for the holidays. The day before the break began, his eldest daughter called to say she was too busy with work to return. John felt deeply disappointed, yet still held on to hope. 3 children hadn't responded yet, but after listening to their voicemails, he learned each had work commitments preventing their return. John felt utterly desolate. Since his wife passed away, the children had never returned home. When his wife was still alive, they often gathered together, but now everything had changed. They scarcely ever called John anymore. This behavior broke his heart. He just wanted to know if his children were happy, so he made a bold decision. He would cross the entire country to visit each of his 4 children. He didn't tell them he was coming. He packed his bags and set off with his medication. Before retiring, John worked in wire insulation, and years of exposure had damaged his lungs. He needed to take his medicine daily. Flying was too risky, so he chose to travel by train. Everyone he met along the way couldn't help but ask about his children. His eldest son was a music conductor, his youngest son a painter, and his youngest daughter a dancer. His eldest daughter was a corporate executive. Whenever he spoke of his children, John's eyes would sparkle. After a day's journey, he finally arrived at his youngest son's residence, but after ringing the doorbell several times, there was no response, so he sat on the steps to wait. By midnight, still no one came. He had no choice but to leave. Then he spotted an art gallery. A painting inside caught his attention. The brushstrokes resembled his eldest son's style, and the signature beneath was indeed his. In that moment, he felt as though he saw young David again. He had once spoken of wanting to become a painter. John had encouraged him to pursue his dreams boldly. Seeing this, John felt profoundly comforted. The next morning, a neighbor helped him open the door. He struggled to carry his luggage. He knocked on David's door, but there was no answer. He felt deeply saddened, so he left a letter, sliding it under the